Hey guys, this is your host Eric. Today we are going to watch action genre movie called 24 Hours to Live. Spoilers ahead, turn on your subtitle, I greatly appreciate your support. Enjoy the video. The film starts with a convoy of Interpol agents in South Africa, led by a woman named Lynn. The convoy is carrying a prisoner as well as a key witness in a criminal case, a man named Keith Zara. The convoy of 3 cars then came to a halt at a checkpoint near the Congo border, but they were attacked by a group of armed men. A shootout was unavoidable, and the attack nearly killed all Interpol agents except Lynn, who survived and quickly escaped. The scene then shifts to a beach where a man named Travis Conrad, a former contract assassin, is fishing with his father-in-law, Frank Travis, and Frank came to that location to scatter the ashes of Travis' wife and son, who died a year ago. Travis went to a bar to buy cocaine after driving Frank home. Travis became aware that he was being followed by 2 men while at the bar. Travis then provoked them by using the restroom. Travis then attacked them, forcing them to explain why they were following him. They then inform him that they are from Red Mountain, an agency that used to employ him as a hitman, and that a man named Jim wishes to meet with him. He recognizes Jim. Then he says he's retired and doesn't want to kill anyone. When he returned to the bar, he found Jim waiting for him. Jim immediately stated that his goal was to find him and offer him a job killing someone. Travis initially refused, but when Jim offered $1 million per day, he caved and agreed to do the job that night. Travis got right to work, looking at photos of the targets he had to kill, including Keith Zara, a prisoner and an important witness protected by Interpol. Keith is a former soldier who now works as a red-hot hitman. He appears to be aware of a dark secret that may endanger Red Mountain, so the agency decides to eliminate him. Not only that, but Jim then directed Travis to assassinate the Interpol agent who was protecting Keith, Lynn, who turned out to be a single mother with 1 child. Travis appears to be hesitant when he learns that the target he must kill is a mother, but the job must be done and he will do it professionally. The scene then shifts to Hong Kong, where Lynn is seen on video talking to her son. Travis, who was already in Hong Kong, went straight to her house and disguised himself as one of her college friends. However, he only met her son and her mother, who informed him that Lynn would be leaving for Hong Kong the following morning. Travis then asked Red Mountain to book a flight to South Africa as soon as possible, as he would be meeting Lynn there. Travis immediately tracked Lynn's whereabouts and managed to locate and approach her. He knew she was leaving for Hong Kong the next morning, so he hacked a flight schedule at the airport and rescheduled her flight. Lynn appears to be interested in Travis and accepts his invitation to dinner at a restaurant. Travis and Lynn went to the hotel for a hangout while she was in the bathroom after having a romantic dinner and a deep conversation about each other's lives and families. He secretly hacked into her phone and prepared to murder her as planned. Travis, however, gave up after seeing Lynn and immediately left him. He then told Jim where Keith Zara was, but Lynn came over and pointed a gun at Travis, as if she already knew what his true intentions were. Lynn and Travis engaged in a shootout until she managed to shoot him in the heart while he was dying. Travis recalled memories of his wife and son and Jim's face that had entered his mind for some reason. He wakes up and has a seizure while being treated in a room by a doctor named Ellen after finally surviving a critical period and recovering from his injuries. Travis is paid a visit, who tells him that it was Red Mountain who saved him through various procedures during his critical period. He was then surprised by the presence of Red Mountain's leader, a man named Wetzler, who inquired about Keith Zara's location, which Travis had been unable to provide. After informing Keith of Zara's location, Wetzler then directs Jim to complete Travis's work. He initially refused because he should no longer be doing field work, but because Wetzler pressed him, he was forced to comply. Travis then asks Jim to untie him, but Jim refuses and says he'll call Dr. Ellen right away to expedite things. This causes Travis to wonder and seek an escape route. When Dr. Ellen arrives and is about to inject him with something, he kills the guards and forces her to explain everything. He should have died, she said. However, thanks to an illegal experiment designed by her on Whitler's orders, he was able to resurrect for 24 hours and reveal Keith Zara's location to Red Mountain. Travis attempted to flee after hearing this. He could tell how much time he had left by the analog that appeared in his hand while holding Dr. Ellen hostage and killing all the guards. There are only 20 hours. Travis then called Frank to inform him that he might not be able to return safely. He then fled after stealing a taxi. The scene then shifts to Keith Zara being interviewed by United Nations representatives about the statement that could bring down Red Mountain with tight security. Keith stated that while still a member of Red Mountain in Congo, he came across the bodies of 70 local residents who were in a gruesome state due to the loss of their body. The bodies were discovered to be the result of an illegal experiment carried out by Red Mountain and then burned to remove evidence. For a fee, BR Mountain then asked him to keep what he had seen a secret. However, he has been plagued by guilt ever since and has decided to reveal everything. Not long after, a bullet through the wall completely changed the situation. Jim fired the bullet, and his henchman immediately ordered an ambush on Keith's location. Keith moved quickly to secure a camera that had recorded his confession, while Lynn shielded the witnesses and important evidence. The situation was becoming chaotic, and gunfire was unavoidable. Many officers were killed, including Keith, who was shot in the leg when Lynn tried to get him out of there. When some of Jim's henchmen tried to shoot Lynn and Keith, Travis sped up and hit them. He then motioned for Lynn and Keith to get into the car. Lynn couldn't believe him at first, but she had no choice but to get Keith out of there because Travis was driving the car with a gun aimed at him. When a Red Mountain henchman sprays their car with a gun, he gets into an argument with Lynn and Keith. Travis then inquired as to what Keith possessed that prompted Red Mountain to go this far. Lynn, however, refused to tell him because it was classified. Another gunfight broke out in the streets, but Lynn and Travis recovered just as they thought they had escaped the Red Mountain henchman's pursuit. Suddenly, Jim shot straight at Keith, who died, causing a blood shortage. Keith, on the other hand, was able to save the memory card from the camera that had recorded his confession. Lynn took it and planned to give it to the United Nations. Elsewhere, Jim obtains a camera that captures Keith's confession, but the memory card inside is missing. He then reported this to Wetzler, who instead threatens to kill his family if the evidence is not found. Hearing this, he made the risky decision to kidnap Christopher Lynn's son. Meanwhile, Lynn and Travis disposed of Keith's body at the harbor's edge. Lynn appeared to have trusted Travis, especially after he told her he wasn't going to live long and exposed Dr. Ellen had followed Red Mountain's orders. She then receives a phone call from Jim informing her that he has abducted her son. Jim threatens to kill her son if she does not hand over the memory card. Lynn was shocked and devastated to learn that her son was now in danger. Travis promised to assist her in saving her son that night. On the way, Travis and Lynn devise a plan to save Christopher. Travis has hallucinations, sees the figures of his son Adam and wife Kate, and recalls carrying out several assassination missions. Not only did he suffer from mental illnesses, but he also became physically weaker as his death date approached. Travis and Lynn then went to his house to get some weapons and supplies, as well as explosives, to help their plan succeed. Following that, he takes her to meet Amali, an African man who is Travis's old friend. Travis and Lynn then tell about the heinous experiments carried out by Red Mountain, the victims of which are Africans. Amali agreed to assist Travis and Lynn after hearing this. The Red Mountain troops, led by a man named Zach, arrive in Congo the next day with Christopher and prepare to exchange with Lynn and Travis. Meanwhile, Amali and his henchmen were planning an attack after Travis offered Zach over $300,000 in exchange for Christopher's release. He, on the other hand, flatly refused the offer. Amali then appears and orders the locals to surround Zach and his family. Travis warned Zach to obey him because he does not want bloodshed in the neighborhood. At the same time, Travis' physical condition deteriorated, causing him to collapse unexpectedly. Zach attempts to murder him, but Amali quickly shoots and kills him. It was unavoidable for the Red Mountain troops to clash with Amali and his henchmen. Travis had not yet recovered completely when the chaos occurred. Lynn mistook her son for one of the Red Mountain members who attempted to flee in a car. However, a nearby resident blew up the car, and Lynn went into shock, believing her son had died. Travis eventually recovered and convinced the Red Mountain members that her son was not in the car that exploded earlier. He then pursued and stopped the other Red Mountain member's car. He saves Christopher after seeing Lynn and Christopher. Travis, who only had 36 minutes before his death, recalled happy memories with his wife and son Travis, and then asked Lynn to hand over the evidence while he destroyed Red Mountain and ended it all alone. He then orders one of Zach's remaining henchmen to transport him to Red Mountain's headquarters. Travis recalled an incident a year ago when Jim told him that his enemy had killed his wife and son. Both Wetzler and Jim appeared to have noticed his arrival. Wetzler then threatens Frank with death if Travis continues to work to destroy a Red Mountain and refuses to provide evidence of the memory. Travis then called Frank, but he did not answer the phone because Travis' body was weakening. He then crashed his car into the Red Mountain headquarters, causing part of the building to collapse elsewhere. Frank kills the Red Mountain members who break into his home. Red Mountain members were unable to locate Travis in the car, where he managed to escape and hack into the building's security system before detonating his car, causing widespread damage in an emergency. Wetzler instructed his henchmen to prepare a helicopter to transport him away from the scene and directed his troops to kill Lynn and her son. Despite his weakened state and being shot in the shoulder, Travis could easily dispatch Wetzler troops one by one. Travis had another hallucination and saw his son as he was about to enter Whitler's room. He arrived just before the helicopter that was to transport Wetzler. "I made it there." He then points a gun at Wetzler and Jim, revealing that he was the one who directed Jim to murder his wife and son. Travis then shot Wetzler in the shoulder after discovering this information. Jim then explained why Wetzler had ordered this, namely to prevent Travis from retiring as a Red Mountain assassin. He was forced to obey the order because Wetzler had threatened to kill his family. Travis only had 3 minutes to live. Jim had given up on Travis and planned to kill him, but he didn't. Jim then approached Travis, who had collapsed due to his body's deterioration. He then canceled the mission of the Red Mountain troops who were planning to kill Lynn and her son until Lynn was able to hand over evidence of Red Mountain's crimes to the authorities. Jim then plans to murder Wetzler with his own hands. However, Wetzler's henchmen arrive and shoot Jim to death for attempting to assassinate their boss. Wetzler and Jim both die at the same time, while Travis enjoys his final moments. The scene then shifts to Travis on the beach, looking for directions from his wife and son, who keep calling him. After that, he appears to be waking up in a treatment room, but it is unclear whether Travis survived or if it was all a hallucination before his death. We really appreciate you watching. If you enjoy this video, please give it a like. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel with the notification bell because it is really important for us. Thank you.